Hattis Hierophant. I am your tarot reader and welcome to your December reading, Pisces. I hope you are doing well, my beloved. We are going to start right off with the chakra card that was pulled for you to focus on for the month of December. And it is that of the third eye chakra. This energy is located right at the center of your forehead and focus on a beautiful violet color. Make it glow. Our primary focus for you is going to be that of visualization. Now, this third eye chakra is also going to help you with your psychic development, your intuition. It's going to help you with your mood as well, and insight and forcing. And I see that if you haven't already started doing that, this is going to help you because I see some beautiful things happening for you for December that's going to follow you into next year. Now, what do I mean? The center of your reading is that of the Magician, right? And right away, I get a very energetic, energized, excited, looking forward to type of energy. This is also that of encouraging you, Pisces, to any lofty dreams that you've had or you've been having, bring them to fruition, make them a reality. You currently have all the tools and the connections that you need to make these dreams real. Not to mention, this is a major arcana, so we can expect that this energy is going to follow you for a while. And not only that, the most important thing to know, she has that infinity symbol right above her head, which means that we always carry this within us. It's just a matter of conjuring up that magician. Now, I expanded on that energy because I wanted Spirit to really give us some ooey gooey insight on that. And this is from my illumination deck, and we got the Six of Spades, very similar to like the Six of Swords, right? So this is moving away from choppy waters, moving away from uncomfortable situations. And what I love most about this energy is that the calmer waters, the calmer times are so much further ahead. You see much more of that than you do the choppy waters. And is it a surprise, my beloved, that the dreamscape is that of violet? There's something else that I'm picking up on too as well. So I don't know, because I also see this in your moon energy, which we're going to get there. So I don't know if we've had this spiritual conversation before, but I feel like at some point you were like, you had gotten to your breaking point and you had become fed up and you decided to move. And I feel like it wasn't necessarily like a permanent thing, but just like, I have to do this to let you know I'm for real. Let me show you how it feels to not have me in your presence. So it's almost like you packed up your stuff and you moved to your mom's, you moved to your aunt's, or you left a particular, it's like you tried to separate yourself from someone as well. And we're going to get into that because I also see, not only is it personal, but I also see it in your work as well. Now, speaking of, let's go into your moon energy. This is where you have conversations with Spirit. This is also where your emotions are. If you have a moon in Pisces, this may also be very interesting read for you as well. And I have that of the Ace of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, and that of the World energy. So it's so interesting because Saturn is really moving. She's just moving towards the end of the month. And I don't know necessarily if it's affecting Pisces so much. I'm not huge into astrology. I follow it enough to pick up on the energies. But this is very Saturn-like energy. Not to mention, this also represents travel. So I don't know, and I think we touched on this before. So Pisces, I don't know if you are doing some traveling or traveling is in your future. Yes, it is. I just heard yes, it is. And I do feel like it's both. It's going to be work and play. So bravo for you. So either you are going to travel or you have traveled. And also what I'm seeing here is almost like this Ace of Cups, this new beginning in love and emotion. To me, this is more like a a gift that Spirit gave you for your mental health, right? It's almost like Spirit is washing away this anxiety and this stress and your need to have to fix everything. Your need to have to be the leader, to be the person, right? I feel like that you kind of gave up on that responsibility. And I feel that because of this Five of Pentacles. So again, I'm going back to some of us actually left a situation and it feels temporary because you have to kind of prove a point. It's like, you know what, I got to show you how it feels without me and then maybe you'll appreciate me more. Some of you have actually just left the energy of someone you're trying to separate yourself from, right? So for example, and I feel like it is work related, sometimes we can befriend a certain person and after a while they start to complain about superiors, they start to complain about coworkers, and you're like, dude, you were cool in the beginning, but now you're taking this to a different direction and now you're trying to couple me up with, you know, your lunacy, and that's not who I am and that's not what I want to be a part of. So I feel like that some of you have decided to kind of separate yourself from that energy. Now, I expanded on that Five of Pentacles, right? Because fives are change. Fives are transitions, right? And I got that of the Seven of Hearts and the Eight of Hearts. And what I love about this, right? It kind of doubles down on that Five of Pentacles. You see, because that Seven of Hearts is very similar to the Seven of Cups. Right? It started off as like this beautiful working relationship, you know, like, and I'm just using this as an example, you know what it means to you, but it started off as this beautiful relationship. And then after a while, it's like, wait a minute, I like that person. I'm sorry. But you had that experience with that person? I've never noticed that. It's like, yeah, remember when we were together and remember when you said, you're like, wait a minute, I didn't say anything. So it started to turn into like a little bit of lunacy. Again, that's just an example, but you get the gift, the rift. What's the word? You get what I'm saying, right? So then we have that of the Eight of Hearts, very similar to the Sun energy, and I love how it's almost like a cycle, right? Very similar to the world as far as the shape. Right? So because you have made this transition and whatever it was, right? Whether you packed up your things to prove a point and you moved, or whether you decided to separate yourself from someone or something. And for some of you, you've actually separated yourself from a company, and not in a sense of, I don't see any of you really quitting. It's weird. It's like, I just see like you still doing the same thing, but somehow you have decided not to do a particular job anymore, is what I'm seeing. And because of that, it has started a whole new cycle for you of opportunity and ideas, really. It has freed up some time for you to do your ideas, which is why you have this Magician energy. Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, there we have it. I am going to go ahead and pull two of the cards that I have from our Ancestry deck. And I have that of the Shapeshifter, and it says transform and unveil your gifts. So there is some transforming here. And like I said, since we decided to make this move, that Five of Pentacles move, it wasn't something that was done for you, that was done to you. It's something that you did. You made the decision, right? And when you made that decision, it like freed you up, right? Like some of you, I said it freed up some of your time, but it actually, you felt like you were like shackled. You felt like it held back your creativity. It held back what you really want to do, right? And because of that, now you're able to kind of shift into your true Pisces, right? And you're able to reveal your gifts. And this is your ancestors doubling down on that, saying, hey, Pisces, you're headed in the right direction. Your gifts is what we want to see. Your gifts is what you want to show. And then my next one is the Lady. And it says, enjoy growth and reap the rewards. Again, this is very Empress sort of energy, right? And rebirth sort of energy. And when I get like Empress sort of energy, right? If it has nothing to do with like, pregnancy or anything like that, it really is a pregnancy of a different kind. It's the beginning and the seed that you're planting of that new idea, that new job, that new career, that new business, that new idea, that new creative venture. I also pick up on that energy of romance as well. So yeah, I feel a little sexy time here is what I'm feeling too. And really, and if some of you are in that arena of wanting to start a family, I do feel like that now would be a good time, right? Feels very fertile, let's say that. Okay, now let's go into your sun energy. This is your ego. This is where you show up. If you have an ascending in Pisces, this may also benefit you as well. And lovely, we have that of the Chariot. This is Cancerian energy, a sister sign of yours. The Five of Swords, along with the Ten of Wands. Now, as I was laying out your cards in your read, I really feel like this yin and yang of a lot of swords with a few cups. So this has really been a really mental year for you, Pisces, to where you've really been thinking about your position in life. And I feel like you've made up your mind, right? What has been revealed to you as a certain truth. And it's not like that particular truth wasn't always there. You just finally can't live in it anymore. It doesn't ring, and it never really rung your, in the same vibration that you ring to, right? It never really did that, but now you're fed up. And that's what this energy is here too. The Five of Swords, this is about being fed up. The only negative thing, if I can say negative, the only challenge here, right, is when we are in this energy of being fed up, because now we are at our limits. It's so surprising to everyone else because you've been doing it the whole time and now you have a problem with it. And that's how can you see them kind of like turned around, like upset. And it's not so much that you're wrong, and it's not so much that you will lose this battle, is that they're almost surprised because they didn't realize it was a battle, right? It's almost like you took them off guard. It's like, you've been doing this for this long. You've been accepting it for this long. So why is it an issue now? And by the time you're like, it is an issue, like you go full force. You go full force. And really at the end of the day, the reason why it was brought up and why it was brought on, and why that Five of Swords, happened, another change and transition, is because you felt like everything was put on your back, on your plate. You became so dependable. You became so like okay with everything. You weren't the one who was complaining. Everyone else was complaining. They're like, put it on Pisces. Yep, Pisces can do it. Yep, give it to Pisces. And after a while, you're like, you know what? Not only am I not interested in carrying this heavy load, this is a 10. I'm done, right? So let's go into your immediate present. And when I say immediate present, that's if we decide to go this way energetically. This is what we can expect. And I have that of the Knight of Swords. And then I also have that of the Ten of Swords. But you notice the message on here, in this particular deck, she has two of these cards, and one is the Ten of Swords, and then the other is this one. Everything is fine. And, so let's go on with the expansion. I'm going to explain that a little bit more. So I expanded on that, and I have that of the Two of Spades, the Two of Hearts, I'm sorry. So I have that of the Two of Hearts. And this is really an energy of just being, having that blind eye. And that's kind of what happened, is you decided for a while to kind of have that blind eye for really other than Pisces. I think because you were just busy. You just didn't have time to stop and address particular issues. And then once your cup became too full and it started to overflow, right? It wasn't overflowing to benefit you, to bring you happiness and to bring you joy, right? And people had no problem giving you more stuff to do is what I'm seeing. And that's what caused this, right? It became too much. This is also a 10. This created this. That lets me know that that's exactly what happened. And you're ding dong dead. You're like, I'm done. I can't do anymore. I don't have it in me. And really, it caused you great anxiety. It really did. To where it kind of turns you off to certain aspects of your life. And frankly, you're just not willing to do that anymore. Okay. Okay. So I do have another message for some of you Pisces who haven't, oh, I can talk. It's a message for some of you Pisces who haven't gotten to that point of, I'm done, I'm finished, I've had it, right? The message here is from the seer. A see beyond your current situation, right? And, you know, if we look here, and her beautiful cloak is in that deep violet color, right? It's really calling on you to get into that third eye and that insight, right? And for those of you who are like, look, I can't say anything. I can't do anything. I have to do this job. If I complain, I lose my job. If I complain, I lose my spouse, right? If I complain, I lose this setup that I have. So this is where we have to call on that foresight energy and see how you can start making small changes to make a huge ripple effect at the end of this, so that wave is more beneficial to you than this wave, right? So it's about having foresight and seeing 10 steps ahead and making plans towards those steps. In some cases, in order to make change, we don't have to make a huge change. If you want to lose 10 pounds, you don't all of a sudden stop eating sweets, stop eating fats, exercising 3 hours a day, 6 days a week. You start small. Cut out the sodas. Start there, right? And then once you start seeing that being effective, where you lose a pound a week, you're like, okay, cool. Maybe now I'll work out twice a week. So that's the message there for those of you who feel like you're in a situation to where you don't necessarily feel like you have a voice when you do, right? But if you feel like you don't, because I've been there, we all have, start with a small change and have that insight and that foresight to know that if you start small, it will have a bigger impact for you in the long run. Okay, so now let's expand on your moon energy. And let's see what other messages we can get from Spirit. Oh, love, 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 love. Yeah. You've been working hard, my dear. You've been working hard. I'm expanding with the Rider-Waite. And I expanded on that Ace of Cups. Right? And really, and we have more cups here. So really, with this being in your emotional energy, I'm picking up on it. If some of you Pisces have a, I got this with Cancer too, I think. If you have a mother-like figure with whom you haven't touched base with, I don't feel like that you're having a struggling relationship, but I do feel like that they're kind of missing you, right? Believe it or not, you kind of make up that family unit. And just because you're not there, and perhaps your siblings are, your cousins are, right? And you're not, it still feels like a missing spot and you're missed there. And I'm also seeing, again, for those of you who are interested in making a family, it would be a great time to start working on that, because I do see a pregnancy, and I do see perhaps even an adoption. And what I mean by adoption, perhaps that you will be coupled up with someone who already has a child in the relationship, because this is happening in your moon energy, right? I do see that perhaps for the holidays, you'll get a proposal. Perhaps for the new year, you'll get a proposal, at least one of a committed relationship, and or, hey, let's move in, or, hey, I can't live without you. Please don't move out again. I'm going to make this, the real deal and give you a ring, right? And perhaps they come with a family or dogs or, what have you. And that's real. Now, when I expand on that world energy, I got that of the 10 of Swords again, the 4 of Swords, and the 3 of Pentacles. So for sure, a lot of us, in regards to work, we're like, nope, I need a break. Nope, I'm not going to do that. Like I said, I feel like you removed, and I don't know how you can do that. Like, how do you remove yourself from a job and you still have a job? But some of you actually accomplished that. And yeah, I don't see it any other way. You physically said, nope, I'm not doing that job anymore. And perhaps it was one of those things to where that I came in to be a painter, and now I'm here doing the floors. I'm here remodeling kitchens. I'm just a painter, right? And so you're like, I'm not doing floors anymore. I'm not remodeling kitchens anymore, right? First of all, I don't get paid for it, right? It's not something I want to do. It's not something I was hired for. So I'm going to go back to painting. So it feels more like that. And again, I do feel like some of us are going to really be traveling. Actually, every time I pick up on that energy, Pisces, I want to come. Like, I'm seeing, like, you know, I'm seeing blue waters. I'm seeing mountains. Like, I see like this beautiful landscape for you. So Pisces, if you are traveling, please upload some pictures so I can see them and live vicariously through you. Now, when I expand on the Five of Pentacles, I have that of the Nine of Cups, the World energy, and the Hermit. So I feel like some of you actually made a decision in September. You made a decision in September, and it was a mental decision, and it came from an emotional reaction. Okay? You had an emotional reaction, and you mentally started thinking about another way to approach this. And you really didn't want to, you know, if we go back to the analogy of you being a painter, and, you know, you're doing the kitchen and you're doing the floors, right? With that analogy, at first, you know, you would just do it every so often. But then when it became in your wheelhouse all the time, and it really started to affect you emotionally. And some of you, especially those of you who were coupled up, or you have a partner, you know, a ride or die that you tell your secrets to, and you're like, hey, I'm feeling this way. And when it finally came out of your mouth, you're like, what the heck am I doing? You were just telling them about your day. Yeah, so I had to go here to do this kitchen, then I had to go there to do some plumbing, and then I had to go pick up some, and they're looking at you like, I'm sorry, I thought you were a painter. And you have this emotional reaction that caused a reaction for you to take action. And you did some introspective work, and you realized, I hate to say it, you realize, like, they're using me, right? How are you going to take all of me and all of my potential and all of my creativity, and there's nothing left for me? But I love is you said no more. You said no more, and now you're going towards what you want to do, your hopes and dreams, how you see the rest of your life. It's that big of a deal. And with this World card, we're starting a new cycle, and you started that. I love it. So now let's see how this translates in your ego energy. Again, if you are a Pisces ascending, this may make sense to you. Well then. So these are minor arcana. So certainly in our immediate, certainly in our ego energy, you have a lot of relationships, right? So, and it's interesting because I see your relationships, they have such different backgrounds, right? So different backgrounds, different cultures, different ages. It's like you have like this array of people that you deal with. And I expanded on that chariot, and I got that of the 10 of Pentacles and that of the 6 of Swords. So we saw that as an expansion with the Magician. So I don't know if some of you are actually going to be traveling with your family this holiday. And I see some of you doing it for this holiday and then for the new year as well. And whatever holidays are in between there that I miss out on, that I'm just not, knowledgeable about, I do see that happening too. Yeah. And again, I do see it like, hey, come meet my parents, come meet my people. And then it turns into like this acknowledgement of, I am officially booed up. Yes, there's a lot of love there, and it's very endearing is what I'm feeling as well. Now, when I expand on that 10 of Wands, and this 10 of Wands, this feels burdenous, right? it feels like unwanted burdens. Typically when I get this, I don't feel this way. You know, I get it like, yep, I can handle it. These are, you know, these are more jobs. This is more work. This is more opportunity. Not here. I feel like people just keep putting stuff on you and you've been taking it. But when I expand on that, I get that of the Three of Cups, the Two of Pentacles, along with the Five of Cups. Again, this tells a story of how this was all revealed to where it was like, oh no, I got it. Everything is fine. Not really. Really, you were just, you know, you were just chi-chiing it up with a bunch of friends or colleagues or, you know, people with whom you share things. And once you started kind of giving them, you know, the facts of all the things that you're juggling, right? That's when this disappointment came in. And it was more, and it comes from a disappointment of you just realizing, and I'm not laughing because it's funny, because I'm laughing because this is familiar, right? You were just realizing that the only reason they keep putting it on my desk and keep giving it to me is because I keep accepting it. While other people are just like, nope, I'm not doing it. Pisces will. Right? And you just had this aha moment, and it kind of broke your heart a little bit because you're like, I thought these were my people. I thought they were looking out for me. I thought I had some importance here, right? Some value. So when I expand on this Five of Swords, we got another five. We have a Five of Wands, the Lovers, and the Page of Swords. So the story that I'm getting here, because this is a story, right? And the Lovers, for me, it's Gemini energy. And what I'm picking up mostly on is on communication, not so much that of relationships. And like I was just mentioning, I typically don't get relationship vibes from the Lovers card. I get that of making a decision to move towards something that excites us, that excites our primal needs, right? Of passion, of sex, really, of and I mean in the most intimate and delicious ways, and safe ways where you feel safe in that activity, right? Or passionate about, you know, a new job. You have a choice, right? And what I like about this is you made one. You made a choice, and if you have not, and this is showing up in your sun energy, so if you have not done it already, it is something that you plan on doing. You plan on saying, right, by the time, you know, I'm doing all of this, it ends up turning into this, and then I end up feeling like this. Nene, I can't do it anymore, right? You see how he's just kind of like, no, I'm not doing it, right? Don't touch me. You know, that's how it feels. So I want to expand on your immediate present. Let's see what Spirit has for us if we decide to stick with this energy. If we share our thoughts on what we are going to do and what we're not going to do anymore, right? Whatever the case, Pisces, I feel like that once you, and it feels like shackles. Like I see these shackles, and I see like this tight jacket. Right? What do you call that? You know, where it's like a white jacket and they have you pinned in and they have you buckled in, straight jacket. I feel like you feel like you're in a straight jacket. And once those buckles are released, once those chains are released, it's almost like the phoenix rises, right? It is what it is, right? It is what it is. You got a double magician. Let's talk about it. So in your immediate present, I expanded on that of the Knight of Swords. And I got this of the Ace of Swords. Right? This is in your immediate present. So once you decide to make that decision, now it's a big idea. Now it's going to warrant conversation. Because now we have it in the Knight of Swords with the Ace of Swords. And look how that Knight of Swords is moving towards that Ace. With so much energy and determination. Right? You are determined to take care of you. You are determined to take care of your mental health. You are determined to take care and do what you want to do, idea-wise, right? I just see you have all of these creative ideas that you want to move forward with. And once you are able to release that straitjacket, you're able to do it. Now, when I expanded on those two, look, it is what it is. I don't feel like this is a heartbreak or disappointment to you. I feel like that all the people who've been taking advantage of you for so long and you've been letting them, they're almost mad at you for doing it. They're mad at you because you will not allow them to take advantage of you anymore. They almost feel like Pisces is letting us down. I used to have weekends off because I would give Pisces all my work, and now he won't do my work. You really let us down, Pisces. Get out of here. Get out of here with that nonsense. It is what it is. Now, when I expand on that, everything is fine. I have that Four of Wands. Oh, I love this energy so much. Again, we already know about that commitment. I almost feel like that your person was like, I don't want you coming home like this. I don't want you to feel burdenous like this. And stop trying to tell me you're fine, because it's not. And I'm here to help you. I'm here to bring you security. Security. And I'm also picking up on that, because these are ones. And, ones are spiritual nods from source. And it's also a nod to that third eye recommendation for us Pisces to connect and to open up and to visualize what the rest of our life looks like. And it can look like this. Happy life. So here we go, right? So there's definitely an offer that's coming, right? And really, it's really going to make your everyday life a bit smoother. And really, by the time you speak up and you say, look, I've been doing A, B, and C, right? And now they're trying to tell me to do the landscaping too, like, cut it out. And once you verbalize everything you've been doing, it's almost like they just didn't know. They were just so used to putting things on you. You're going to be not only rewarded, right? I see some of you getting a little bump in pay, and they're actually taking some things off your desk. I also see some different positioning of your projects in regard to that. And it's almost like you're going to do less and get paid more than what you've been doing. Go for that, right? Do that. All right, my love, that is not all I have. I'm so sorry. This is the most exciting part. So you remember at the beginning of your reading, you had a magician, and then Spirit said, double down. I'm double down in it. This is really a great indication to move forward and to be confident in it. Abracadabra, what I say, so it is. Double down. And then I have this of the Queen of Swords and the Nine of Swords, right? There's this ending to this anxiety. It's no longer needed or necessary. And that Queen of Swords is one of those who tells it like it is. And I feel like that you've been kind of going back and forth, almost like you've been having these internal conversations with yourself, which is why you've been having these sleepless nights. You've been playing out how you are going to tell the powers that be that you are no longer going to do A, B, and C, right? But when you get up there and you finally say it, and it's interesting. There's so much power and authority within you, Pisces, because when you say it, it's majestic, really. It's almost like you begin to. It's like this light. The more you talk about what you have been doing and what you are going to do and what you are going to accept going forward, it's almost like this light starts to shine behind you because of the spiritual support that you're going to get. And when people look at you and they receive it and they accept it, it is accepted. It is done. You just have to speak up. Source is supporting you in that. Okay? All right, my loves. Ooh, this is longer than I thought it was going to be. Okay, let's get your angel card, shall we? And we have that of risk. These angel cards are always right on. And that risk, in my opinion, is how you've been feeling, that if I speak up, you feel like it's going to be a risk. Take that risk. You got a double magician. You got a double magician, and you have the lady, the empress, and she's supporting that creative side of you. Take that risk. I absolutely adore you, and I'll see you next month.